What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at an incredibly strong team for the Open Great League that's honestly been around for forever. This is just a new version of it. You've seen it since like Season 2. It went away. It's back. It's back. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Shadow Quagsire on the lead, a Mud Boy on the lead, and a flyer, a steel flyer in the back, right? It used to be Swampert and Skarmory. Well, now it's Quagsire and Corviknight, and as my closer, I'm actually using Corviknight as the safe swap. It's going to be Jumpluff, which is a second flyer. I played this team for 8 sets, and in those 8 sets, I climbed well over 200 ELO. A lot of 4-1s. I didn't have any 5-0s, and of course, 5-0s really jump your ELO up. No 5-0s. These were 4-1s and 3-2s that slowly and steadily got me up over 200 ELO. So yeah, this team was really consistent for me. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these battles. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to gain 150 subscribers for the month of April. I'm at like 110 right now. So if you could help me finish that push, I would really appreciate it. All right. So here we had a mirror lead. Somebody else recognizing how good Shadow Quagsire is right now, but they swap out into a Drifblim. I'm going to be over farming and going for the Aquatail bait. We do properly pull the shield there. I'm expecting them to Icy Wind right here, wanting that Stone Edge to do less damage. They do. I'm going to easily survive that and get this Stone Edge off as well. Stone Edge coming through, puts them very low, but does not take out. They do get the Astonish down. At this point, I'm going to come in with Jumpluff because Jumpluff actually has a little bit of fast move pressure. Fairy Winds don't do a lot, but it's a lot better than double resisted sand attacks. I will shield up the Icy Wind. They will not make a second one, so I'm leaving with a ton of energy here on my Jumpluff, and they're coming in with their own Jumpluff. Even though my attack is dropped, Acrobatics hits so incredibly hard that it easily two-shots their Shadow Jumpluff. So I'm going to just fire them off back to back. I know Corviknight has a good matchup against their Quagsire, which is in the back, and it has a great matchup against their Jumpluff. So now it's just time for Corviknight to do a little bit of core breaking. Gonna go ahead and actually just no shield. Like, you could argue, yeah, you should shield there because it's gonna do more than anything from the Jumpluff, but I had a different play in mind. Going to go ahead and connect with that Sky Attack. And I make it to this Iron Head. They actually CMP me. I know I'll survive an Aquatail, and I know they don't have another Stone Edge, so I'm going to go ahead and just survive it as well. And I was thinking, well, you know, if that got me low enough that they could Fairy Wind down, then I easily get back to my Jumpluff, and I take them out with the Jumpluff with the shield advantage. But since I still had a good amount of HP, I committed to the Iron Head. We make it, and it actually doesn't quite take out, but one more Fairy Wind will do the job. That's the GG's. Well played to my opponent. Alright, Alolan Ninetales is kind of back on the radar. I think it's actually a fairly decent pick right now. We haven't seen a ton of Tinkaton yet. It does get absolutely walled by Tinkaton, so if that does start appearing more, then, well, it'll be a problem. But for now, I think that Alolan Sandslash is a decent pick. Now, speaking of things that are coming back or haven't ever been a thing and now they're a thing, let's talk a bit about Corviknight, right? I'm using it as my safe swap, which means I am confident that there is not much in this meta that is hard punishing it. Yeah, I know a lot of people tried Corviknight when it first came out and it wasn't doing the damage that you wanted it to do. I get it. I get it. I tried it out myself and I thought it was decent. I thought it was better than people said it was. But yeah, I didn't continue running it because, well, it wasn't that great. But now we have Tinkaton in the meta. We have Clodsire that people are running. We have Jumpluff. This completely walls the movesets from all 3 of those. We even see Bastiodon coming back, which Corviknight's actually pretty good since it has double super effective sand attacks into it. So I think that it is better now than it's ever been, and there's hardly any electric types being ran out there, which of course Sand Attack still does do super effective. But there's just not a lot that's hard punishing it as a safe swap right now. So I decided to give it a shot, and I had no regrets. There are Blastoise in the back. They must have not had Ice Beam, otherwise they would play that out, but there was just too much for them to bite off if they didn't have Ice Beam. All right, here we go. Lapras leads are a bit awkward, right? Because, well, Jumpluff doesn't love to see it without having a grass move, and Quagsire, you kind of have to play the bait game. So what I do is I just do the 6 mud shots and I try to catch here on Corviknight, see if they'll expend some of their energy, and then Quagsire can have a bit of a better matchup later in the game. This one's actually fully staying in, which is interesting because we are resisting these Psy Waves. and 2 charge moves definitely does not take out a Corviknight. I connect with the Sky Attack. They're going to be firing off the Sparkling Aria this time. Just slightly less than the Ice Beam, but it is quicker, and they were looking for just the quicker energy here, which pays off. They do outpace. At this point, they're always in Aqua Tail range, so I decided to go ahead and let Corviknight go down. I'm going to come back in with my Quagsire, do 4 Mud Shots to ensure that I can get this Aqua Tail or both Aqua Tails off before they're at another potential Sparkling Aria, and they do go down. Now they're going to be coming out with a Grumpig. This is something that I saw a lot in the 2400s, and I'll be honest, I tanked a lot. I tanked a lot during Spring Cup, so I was really hoping I'd be climbing a lot, but there's a different meta than what I had seen previously when I played in the Open Great League and I was in the top 50 in the world. That meta is smaller. This meta is more diverse. Oh, this was the first game I played. I had Energy Ball, by the way. I fixed it after this game. So I mean, my point is, I was playing in a very diverse meta, and this team was working perfectly fine. So a lot of times I get questions: will this team work in the 2100s, the 2700s, whatever the number is? I get those questions all the time. I think this team will work in whatever meta right now, unless you just happen to see a ton of electric types. Which electric types on the lead even fine, but electrics in the back are tough for Corviknight. That would be the only reason I'd tell you not to run this team. That'd be about the only reason. Anyways, Grumpig, we can outpace here with the Quagsire and take them out, and that's a GG's. Well played. I really thought Grumpig was good at the beginning of the season, and now I just don't. I think there's just enough stuff that can handle it in the current meta. I think its moveset's good, and I think it's going to be amazing in limited cups, and I'm thinking it will probably be amazing in some future Great League metas, but right now, doesn't feel that good, because there's Mandabuzz. For example, there's Ghost, there's Sableye on a lot of teams. So yeah, is what it is. Anyways, Mandabuzz, Stay Swap, we're going to go ahead and hit him with the Stone Edge. I wanted to see if they were going to shield that or no shield. If they did shield that up, I was going to go Corviknight. Since they no shield, I know I can Fairy Wind them into Aerial Ace range, and these Aerial Aces are not going to do a ton to my Jumpluff. Going to go for the Aerial Ace here. This won't take them out, and they will make another Ace, but I should be able to Fairy Wind down pretty quickly after that. Instead, my opponent tries to aggressively swap into Tinkaton, which is a good play, right? I'm locked in here. They can hit me with the... is it Play Rough? I haven't seen this thing enough to remember. I know it's a fairy move. Moonblast? I think it's Play Rough, right? Let's find out. It's Play Rough. Okay. But here's the thing. I have 2 amazing answers. And Corviknight's the stronger of the 2 answers because it resists absolutely everything that this thing could be throwing. It can have Iron Head, it can have Play Rough, and it can have Bulldoze. So yeah, I mean, we tank that no problem. We're doing super effective damage with these sand attacks. Iron Head's going to be hitting for neutral here. And it would probably take out from there, but they throw up a shield, or at least we would get a farm down. They make a really nice catch here on Mandabuzz, but honestly, I had to throw this energy into Mandabuzz anyways. We were never sand attacking down, so I'm perfectly fine with full charging it. And in the back, it's going to be a Gastrodon. So we're in a great spot at this point because of they just swapped out. I can come in with my Jumpluff. They can't come back in with their Tinkaton just yet. That's the reason they saved it, by the way, is they saved it because they knew they had to handle this Jumpluff with it. And once I swapped out, they realized they were in trouble. They showed up the acrobatics, which again, it makes sense, right? They have to handle my Quag with something, and they are able to pivot back. But I think at this point, they're just too far behind, right? I can eat this heavy slam on my Jumpluff, come back in with the Corviknight, throw the Iron Head. I could have overfarmed, but I just really didn't need to at this point. I didn't need to risk my counts somehow being wrong, because this Gastro is still going to have to hit me with an entire Earth Power. They can't Body Slam to take out my Corviknight. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this Sky Tech off, and I let them throw energy. I forgot that I was only 1 Mud Shot away from the Aqua Tail. I thought I was like 3 away. So I was like, yeah, sure, dump your energy. And look, the Earth Power doesn't even take out Corviknight. Here's the combo play. Aqua Tail coming through, taking out the lesser of the Mud Boys, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. Quag's kind of a beast right now. All right, here we go. Horrible lead. Horrible lead. Serperior. I've seen a lot more of these true grass types since the Great League's returned. What do I mean by that? I mean Jumpluff's not a true grass type because it doesn't commonly run grass type moves. So here we have the Corviknight Mirror, but they stayed in for quite a while with their superior, which makes sense because they're taking resisted damage from these sand attacks. It's doing absolutely nothing to their superior, so they got free energy there. But now we're in a mirror match and they're behind on energy. I can easily fight for switch here. I'm going to go ahead and tank this sky attack. I know I should be able to tank that and get 2 more moves off. If I need to invest 1 shield, I can. If they want to go down 2 shields, then, well, they will be able to get switched. They're going to go ahead and eat that sky attack, which means I should be able to give up just the 1 shield here and farm all the way down. So sky attack coming through, gets shielded up, and yes, we do get the sand attack down. I have a ton of energy now, a ton of energy, and they're core broke. They are core broke. They are running Carbink in the back, which takes double super effective damage from the Iron Heads, and they are forced to throw it up. I almost get a second one off, but we do not. That's perfectly fine. I still have this Quagsire. We get some lag there. And I still get the catch though. I think maybe the lag helped me get the catch. I mean, is what it is, right? Is what it is. Regardless, I'm in a phenomenal spot at this point. Jumpluff has a really good matchup into superior. They have to be up shields or like really far up energy. We can just hit them with 1 acrobatics and they have to hit us with like 5 arrow aces or something. So they know it's over. All right, Claydol lead. Anytime you see a Claydol, you should assume there's a Credillion in the back, and there it is. Anytime you see a Credillion lead, you should assume there's a Claydol. These two are run together more than anything else in the meta, as far as I can tell. So we're going to come in with Corviknight, be resisting these bullet seeds, only taking neutral from the rock tombs. Unfortunately, this is not as good of a matchup for Corviknight as you want it to be, because they're always going to shield up that first one, and they're going to get a second rock tomb off, dropping your attack a second time before they take any real damage. Still, they're not going to be able to bullet seed down. They are going to have to throw another rock tomb to take us out, but you can see 2 Iron Heads not going to quite do it from this range. I can probably still win the 2s here. Maybe the 1s if the sand attacks still do enough damage. I'm not sure, but we're going to try. We're going to try. I really want to keep switch if I can. We do connect with that. Yeah, see, we just don't win the 1s. I think if you're behind like 1 bullet seed, you don't win the 1s, which is crazy, crazy. But I know that my Jumpluff is still really good into that Claydol, especially if I have this energy lead. And so that's my play. I'm going to make sure I'm throwing at good timing. We don't, of course, have energy ball, but 2 acrobatics nearly KO without a rock tomb debuff. Yeah, you can see it puts them into the yellow. I'm going to go for the catch here. They throw energy, which is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I don't care what this is. Yeah, if it's Ice Beam, fine. If it's Scorching Sands, that would be insane. They go for the catch there, and it's a Wigglytuff in the back. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. It is slightly more energy efficient versus Aquatail, and it looks like 2 Stone Edges will indeed KO. My opponent does not throw the Swift immediately, which allows me to get to this second Stone Edge. Stone Edge coming through, and it does grab the final shield. Now, this thing has Icy Wind. We're going to want to shield it up. It's double super effective. We don't want to end up getting charmed down. And I should be fine still, right? I should be able to still take out this Claydol, even though they dropped my attack. Because I've got a few extra Fairy Winds in before they swapped out. I'm just going to go for it immediately. They're pretty dry on energy, to be honest. And Rock Tomb's not going to KO. It doesn't quite take out there, but we do get the Fairy Wind down. That's GG's. Well played. Quagsire to Dugong. So this is much like the Lapras, but worse. I shouldn't say worse. It's much like the Lapras, but very different at the same time. Because Lapras, we swapped out. We don't want to swap out. We don't ever want Jumpluff to see this thing. Because if it has double super effective Ice-type moves. And it can debuff your attack. And we can only hit them for neutral. So we're definitely staying in here. Just go straight Stone Edge. If they throw at bad timing for that first Icy Wind, then you outpace to the second Stone Edge. This one did throw at proper timing. Is what it is. We're going to still get this second Stone Edge off. We did have to give up a shield, but it does put them into the yellow. Now I'm still not going to swap. I don't ever want my Jumpluff on there. I do overfarm slightly here just to maybe make them think it's another Stone Edge. Maybe grab a shield. They don't. And Here's where not having fast move pressure on this team is a bit awkward again, because I'm going to look for this sand attack down, and we are not going to quite get it. It's like by one turn, by one single turn. So we're going to be double debuffed on our Corviknight, and we do have energy, but I should already be spamming to swap out here. I wanted to see what was coming in, and then I'm like, oh no, I just need to swap. Anyways, it's going to be a Marowak. Here's the good news. Here's the good news. A lot of times when you see Dugong, it's their only anti-flyer, and we have 2 flyers. So once the Dugong is gone, you're fine. You're fine, as long as that's, you know, the team comp. That's what I've seen so far, at least, and that's the case here too. Because yeah, I mean, they had Rock Slide. A lot of these apes are running Ice Punch, which might take out from this range. Maybe it'd be close. Let's find out. It's just Rage Fist. Never mind. It's just a Rage Fist. Who's worried? So we're just gonna get this acrobatics off, and this thing's just in Iron Head range easily. So we're just gonna swap out, take out the Marowak, and that's gonna be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Yeah, I mean, this team's not revolutionary, right? I can't take credit for making it. People have been pairing Quagsire with or Mudboy with a Flying Steel since the dawn of time, right? It still works. It still works. Not a lot of people are running it right now. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my channel members for your support. Make sure y'all leave a like and a comment down below to help my channel grow. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.